Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is here, the Modern Warfare trailer for the game that is slated to be coming out on October 25th. I have so much information to share with you at the end of this trailer, so make sure you stick around. We're going to be going over a couple of the missions, which are brutal, by the way. You thought No Russian was a scary, intense mission? You have no idea what's coming. We're going to be going over those later on. Also, cross-platform, also free battle pass, all the information we have, I'm going to be talking about at the end of this video. So make sure you stick around, turn on notifications, subscribe, all that good stuff, because as soon as we get more stuff, I'm going to be letting you guys know, okay? But anyway, enjoy the trailer.
The rules have changed. There's a fine line between right and wrong. And somewhere in the shadows, they send us in to find it.
126 actual. Target is in the main house. You have execute authority.
Bravo 6. Going dark.
Start clear!
Victor 6-4, green light.
All weapons are now in the wild.
Foreman copies up.
Guys, hostiles assaulted civilians. Get to safety, go!
We get dirty, and the world stays clean. That's the mission.
Who's your team?
Some old comrades.
Alright guys, so that was it, the Call of Duty Modern Warfare trailer. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I actually thought it was super awesome. The graphics look insane, like the fluidity of it just looked awesome. Just FYI, if anyone's interested, all of the in-game stuff that you just saw in this trailer was recorded from a PS4, they have stated. So just FYI, in case anyone's interested. But we're going to go through some information right now together, guys. Feel free to pause it if there's something you just want to read by yourself, because I'm probably not going to read through all of it. I'm going to be talking about a couple of the new missions, the cross-platform, the season pass, the new engine they're using, and just stuff like that. So anyway, enjoy the rest of the video. Alright, so let's just start off with the release. Scheduled for global release on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC on Friday, October 25th. Call of Duty Modern Warfare is a powerful, reimagined experience in an all-new title built from the ground up. Developed by Infinity Ward, in Call of Duty Modern Warfare, you'll take on the role of a highly skilled Tier 1 operators in an incredibly raw and gritty narrative affecting the global balance of power. So keep in mind, and we'll get into this, this is a brand new, they've completely started from scratch. This isn't a prequel, this isn't a sequel. They've created a new Modern Warfare because they wanted it to be current day. And we're going to go into that a little bit later on in this video, but it's current day, it's not a prequel, not a sequel, but we will have some of the characters from the old games in it, so don't get confused. And also to note here, there's no exclusivity, like there's no PlayStation doesn't get anything a month early before Xbox. It looks like the entire thing is launching straight away on all consoles. So the new Modern Warfare delivers an emotionally charged and intense campaign that shines a light on the changing nature of modern war. Expect a single-player experience that is edgy, culturally relevant, and thought-provoking. Players will fight alongside a diverse cast of international special forces and freedom fighters working within the grey area of the rules of engagement in a number of heart-pounding covert operations set throughout iconic European cities and into the volatile expanses in the Middle East. Missions include close quarter, stealth operations, and long-range combat that puts tactical decision-making to the ultimate test. Now also, I just wanted to state, because I've read this also, if you guys thought the No Russian mission, I'll have it playing in the background right here, a little snippet of it. If they've said, if you think this was crazy, and this mission is known in the Call of Duty community to be like one of the most intense missions ever, just absolutely brutal. They said, if you think that's like crazy, you're in for a shock, because they're making this new game. There's going to be missions in that, supposedly, that are going to be just as crazy, if not more crazy, than No Russian. So that's going to be absolutely insane. So the ultimate online playground. Beyond the gripping single-player campaign, expect a unified narrative experience and progression across the entire game, including single-player campaign, online multiplayer, and co-op experiences. And again, keep in mind, this is cross-platform, so we should be able to play with all of our friends and all over the place on PC, Xbox, and PS4. So Call of Duty Modern Warfare features a new engine, and I'll show you the engine at the end of this video, delivering an immersive and photorealistic experience. The new technology utilizes the latest advancements in visual engineering, including physically based material system, allowing for the state-of-art photogrammetry, a new hybrid tile-based streaming system, new PBR decal rendering system. No, actually, I said I'm going to go into it later. No, this is actually what I was going to show you. So you can see all here, 4K, all of this good stuff, and more, as well as a new GPU. You know what? Pause it if you want to read all this, because I'm not going to read it. So feel free to pause right now if you want to read that, because I'm going on to the next thing. Okay, so this little snippet is the reasoning they didn't choose Modern Warfare 4. The reason they didn't go from 1, 2, 3, and then do, you know, the prequel and do number 4. So let's read this together. The decision revolved around the fact that they did not want this year's game to be restricted to the timeline and story aspects of what the original Modern Warfare trilogy had. They wanted to make this new Modern Warfare real. The game had to be realistic, authentic, and gritty, and turn into a game that is very realistically ripped from the headlines currently, and is about what's happening on in our world now, allowing players to feel a connection to it because they see it happening in the news today. Modern Warfare is a reimagining of the entire series and what the series can be in terms of authenticity. With Modern Warfare Trilogy, while it was a modern game, the story arcs that existed were not real in a sense that they can't be related to events in the world. Modern Warfare 3 ended in Russia attacking America, and Kurosaki said that did not match the path in which that could be transformed into something that is real and relatable, while also maintaining the Modern Warfare arc that existed before it. And in this fictional stories, it's hard to have a deep connection with what's happening inside the story beyond the characters, and Infinity Ward wanted to change that. There will be characters from Modern Warfare series coming back, like Captain Price, but the Infinity Ward declined to share information on any other potential characters being added to this game. You know there's going to be more. You know there's going to be more. While this Call of Duty Modern Warfare, in the name, there's no connections to the originals 1, 2, 3. This is a new story with a new character arc and different characters, yada yada. This is not a prequel or a sequel. Alright, so now what we're going to do is talk about a couple of the missions. Now, all of this information, or not all of it, but a lot of the information I'm getting is from Charlie Intel. I'll link them in the description on Twitter. This is from when they went to the conference, basically, or the press release of the game. A lot of YouTubers and, you know, media got invited out. And this is their experience with the first few missions. So let's go over this here together. Like I say, feel free to just pause it if you want to read it yourself. But I'm going to read it here with you guys, or you can skip it. I don't know, but I'm just giving you the information. All the information that we have so far is in this video. So anyway, let's go over the first mission, London Navy SEAL Raid Mission. The first campaign mission took place in October 2019 in London. Yes, this game is literally a modern game set in the current year. So this is taking place literally the month the game gets released, in October 2019. The mission started off in the streets of London as a British police officer is approaching a suspicious vehicle. Two individuals come running out of the vehicle and the officers start yelling at them to stop moving. As the officers and individuals get closer, the vehicle that dropped them off slaps the accelerator towards the car and blows up, leading to a major attack. The screen shifts to a debrief of the attack about what happened here, and it starts discussing the locations of where the attackers who planned it could be hiding. The demo then picks up with the Navy SEAL team about to breach a house. We are following and playing as a Navy SEAL. So I'm sure that this game is going to have a lot of controversy in it. I mean, this is just terrorist attacks, like current day in London. And also it's going to be going over into the Middle East. So it's going to be... It's realistic, yeah, because it's current day, but it's going to be pretty, it's going to be pretty close to home, you know what I mean? It's going to be pretty close to home. So the mission takes place October 20th, 2019. The SEAL team starts to breach the house through the back gate that is open. By the way, spoilers. If you don't want to know what these missions are, don't read or don't carry on, okay? These are, if you want to introduce yourself or you just throw yourself into this when the game comes out and not know any spoilers, don't watch. There's a team at the front door too, but we follow the back door team as they enter the house. They start to approach the house with NVG off, but as soon as they enter the house, turn on their NVG. On the first floor, they approach a dining room that has 3 individuals. At this point, your character shoots the lights to dim the whole place. Then the SEALs move in to take out all 3 suspects in the room with a silenced weapon. A woman in the room runs for a gun but is shot down before she can fire it. The front door opens and the second SEAL team enters. They move floor by floor to clear out all the suspects, and then they move up to the second floor. They approach a room and break down the door. On the second floor, they approach cautiously into a room in their sights. As they're about to breach, someone inside fires multiple rounds towards them through the door. Your character goes full prone and starts shooting right back. The breach room has to ensure the suspect is down. They hear someone in the bathroom hiding, and the suspect starts to fire through the walls. Your character falls to the ground again and then starts getting up slowly as he fires through the wall to take out the enemy. You then open the door and see the enemy dead with blood splattered across the bathroom. Jesus! On the third floor, this is where the mission gets... How big is this house, man? On the third floor, this is where the mission gets a little bit more dramatic. You breach into a room and look to your left with a baby yelling and crying. You see the mom start to slowly back up towards the baby, and the SEALs are yelling at her to stop moving because they fear she has a gun. A SEAL soldier runs towards the mom and was able to get her before she could get any weapon. Side note, I honestly thought they were about to shoot the mom with how the mission was going along, but they did not. Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's pretty brutal, this game, I'm not gonna lie. Again, this is notes from Charlie Intel. Another soldier says silence the baby as he would not stop crying. The SEALs move towards the side bedroom on this floor, and there's a suspect hiding, leaning over the wall with a weapon about to fire. You take cover. The suspect lunges underneath a bed, but the SEALs spot the movement and fires at him before he can make another move. They then move towards the highest floor in the house. Jesus, is this from another floor? How big is this? The 4 floors? On the highest floor, they breach a room where they see a woman who's attempting to access some data. They start to approach her and yell her to stop moving, or they'll shoot. The woman's still tiptoeing backwards as she reaches for something. The SEAL shoots her multiple times. You see on the desk that she was going to grab a hammer to use as a weapon. Once you take out this woman at the top floor, the mission enters a quick debrief and ends. So this is cool. For this mission, the entire house was created on a scale 1:1 from a real set to in-game, with each floor having different targets and different suspect locations. Infinity Ward confirmed that there is more of these 1-on-1 breach style missions in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. That's awesome. So essentially, they rebuilt the entire set that you're watching in-game. It was a real building they built to basically film and get this whole thing set up. That's actually really cool. So next up we have Flashback Mission. The second mission we were shown was a flashback mission that gives us a look as to why the Rebel fighters that were part of Call of Duty Modern Warfare became Rebel fighters. These fighters will connect with Captain Price throughout the Modern Warfare story. They did not show us this, but they mentioned it to us. But this specific mission features a look 20 years ago as to the story behind the motivation for these rebel fights. And then Charlie Intel notes that this part of the demo shown to us, including cutscenes and gameplay, was from the daughter's perspective. The scene starts off with a big explosion in a country in the Middle East. After the explosion occurs, we are taken into the perspective of a female who is stuck underneath all of the rubble caused by the explosion. The explosion was a drone strike by, I believe, Russia. She's panicking and yelling for help. Another girl is stuck next to her but is unresponsive. She tries to push around on the fallen rocks and cement slabs falls off of her. But she's too small. We then hear someone come up from above them and remove the rubble to see the girl stuck in there. Frantically, and many more people come to remove the remaining rubble, even using saw at one point. Once it's removed, they pull the girl out and she goes to her father's hand, who is asking, where is her brother? The other girl with her in the rubble does not appear to survive. Now another airstrike drops on the location. The father picks up the girl and they both start running to find where the brother is. The sister says the brother stayed at home to study, so he wasn't with her. They then have to get back home to find their brother, but during the run back, soldiers or Russian soldiers come in on their vehicles, jump out of the vehicles and start shooting everyone. You can hear women, children screaming not to be shot, men and women yelling in pain. The father puts the kid down and tells her to follow behind. As they start running and getting closer to their house, the Russian soldiers throw some of their lethal gas. They burst inside their house, shut the door and find the brother. They converse about what they must do next, and the girl boy are given cell phones. The father reveals that their mother has been killed. The father hands the boy a gas mask, tells him that the daughter will be okay without a mask right now, and prepares to leave. Jesus, guys. I mean, the no Russia mission I was talking. Russia's always the bad guy in all of these things. The Russians start shooting at all the kids and women and children, and it's, oh my god, this mission. A Russian soldier is ordered to check door to door and comes into their house before they can leave. The father pleads with him not to shoot because there are children in the house. The father then lunges towards the attacker to take the weapon away and stab him. The little boy tries to help the father take down the attacker but the attacker throws the boy into the door, knocking him out. The Russian soldier is a lot stronger and shoots the father numerous times in front of the daughter. There's kids in this? Like, what is happening? The daughter runs for a cover. The soldier starts to search for her around the house. She starts to run into vents. This begins a little cat and mouse style chase. She picks up a screwdriver, runs at him, stabs him in the leg. He yells. The girl runs again, back for cover as the attacker is not subdued. They go around in this cat and mouse style chase for about 2 more times, with the girl stabbing him repeatedly in the legs with a screwdriver. And then the brother wakes up. The action moves to the kitchen of the house, where the fight ensues again. I can just picture this little girl running around like, "Wata!" and then running off, and then running back to them, and they're like, "Wata!" just stabbing him with his little screwdriver. I'm sure it's not funny, don't get me wrong. The daughter stabs this attacker alongside the brother, trying to choke him out. As the man is brought down, the daughter finally gets a hold of the AK of the attacker and shoots him numerous times. The daughter shoots him numerous times? The brother and sister converse about what they need to do, and the girl takes off the attacker's gas masks for her to use. Jesus! Now, the 2 kids walk over to their father with tears showing on the screen. The father is on his last breath, telling the kids they must do anything they have in order to survive. He then dies. The 2 kids decide to leave the house, both wearing gas masks. The girl gets onto the boy's foot to use as a pedestal to break the door's jammed lock. It now turns into a stealth-style mission. The 2 kids have to get across the long area where Russian soldiers are standing around, laughing at the murdering of the civilians on the streets. Oh, that's... God, they always make these missions. As they were walking, you can hear the soldiers say that they are rounding up some of the women and children to take away, but then says that the woman in front of him is too beaten up. You then hear gunshots. Gee, am I... Oh, you can tell... Like, I read that no Russian, it was going to be worse, but this sounds way worse. Oh my god. Then a civilian who is injured sees the body and grabs his mask, which momentarily falls off, begging for help. The kids both stumble over this man and keep running. The injured civilian chokes to death on the nerve gas, but the boy's mask being off for a second causes him to start coughing due to the gas. The kids continue to run until they are out of the gas-filled area. They both take off their gas masks and starts to search for a way to escape. They come up on a small village area and witness more soldiers killing civilians. The kids run through the shed, bullets fly over their head, and you can hear civilians yelling. They come up on another area not too far away where they see a truck they need to get in order to get out. Since the boy is coughing, the girl says she will grab a gun and kill them both, but she needs a distraction. The boy walks to the other side of the fence while the girl slowly starts to get closer. She sees a gun on the table, a .44 Magnum, and needs a distraction to get it. She pulls out her phone and calls her brother's phone, which leads to 2 Russian soldiers investigating the ringing. The girl runs over and grabs the weapon and starts to make her way into position to shoot the Russian soldier. She pulls up the gun, shaking a lot, points it at the head of the attacker. We hear a bang, and the screen goes black. How old is this girl? I mean, is she the trailer, there was a little young child in it. There's no way that this little girl is this brave. I mean, good for her, but, I mean, how old is the daughter? She's badass. Anyway, guys, that is pretty much it for this video. As I get more information and all this, you know, whether it's the story mission online, anything like that, I will definitely give it to you guys. But so far, what we know, we've heard about these 2 missions, which is absolutely brutal. We know that it's going to be cross-platform. We know that there's not going to be any season passes. They're all going to be free downloads when you purchase this game. I'm like 100% sure, okay, 99% that there's going to be like supply drops and stuff in it. I mean, even Fortnite does that, right? All of the updates in Fortnite are free, but all of the, you know, skins and stuff you have to pay for. It's probably going to be like that in this new Call of Duty. All of the maps and everything's going to be free, but you're going to have to pay for cosmetic items. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited for it. I'm super excited. I can't wait for it. After reading out all of this stuff in the missions, I'm going to leave you guys with the trailer one more time, just so now that you've had some information, you can watch it again and maybe get a different idea of what this is all about. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the rest of your day. I'm going to jump on some Modern Warfare, to be honest. I have an itch for Modern Warfare, ladies and gentlemen. So enjoy the rest of your day. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about all this, and I'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video.
The rules have changed. There's a fine line between right and wrong. And somewhere in the shadows, He'll send us in to find them.
Watcher to 6 actual. Target is in the main house. You have execute authority.
Bravo 6. Going dark.
Victor 6-4, green light.
Chemical weapons are now in the wild.
Foreman copies that.
Be advised, hostiles assaulted civilians. Get to safety, go!
We get dirty. And the world stays clean. That's the mission.
Who's your team?
Some old comrades.